There's some extreme carp fishing destinations all over the world, from really big waters to really small waters, big rivers to small rivers, and we're at an incredible one today. We're up in North America, in the US, right on the border of Canada, at the awesome St. Lawrence Seaway. Just look at this chunk of water behind me, it's incredible, and this is a very, very small part of a massive river that runs all the way from Lake Ontario to the sea on the Atlantic side of the US. It's got lots of water in it, but it's got absolutely thousands of carp as well, and we're here to try and see if we can grab a few of them out. Well, here it is, here's the rig underwater, and you can see straight away that that leader's off the bottom. They do float, most of these leaders, so you need to pin them down, but here we've got rocks, so it's the lesser of two evils. There's the lead sitting nicely on the bottom there, quite well camouflaged as well, this lead, and then we move over and along the hook link up to the hook itself. The bait's well presented there, and we've got a small scattering of maize around it, but look at that, there's a load of weed around that hook. Now when that went down, that felt as if it was perfect, but clearly it isn't. That might cause the loss of a fish on that. There's a bit of weed there and it looks a bit tricky, but there we go, there's a presentation with a small bag of maize. Looking at the other rig now, and you can see once again that that leader is off the bottom. There's a few small fish buzzing around there, and we come in nicely camouflaged lead. But look at that, straight away you can see that that amnesia is looping off at the bottom. We've got a stack rig there, one pop-up just lifting it off the bottom, and we all think that they sit nicely and straight up, but clearly it doesn't. But that's the big issue there. Pull back and it will solve that problem. Well, that was it. Having checked what the rigs look like underwater, we made a few adjustments, and on a glorious St. Lawrence summer's evening, the fish came fast and strong. Well, after getting buckets full of some of the finest maize we've ever seen, that was it. Me and Steve were back on the road again, looking for more spots to fish, and there really are some crackers on the St. Lawrence. One of the nice things about this part of the world is that when you've got a state rod licence, you can fish from virtually anywhere. You've got to look out for signs that say private, land posted. That means that you're not allowed into those areas, but the majority of the area, especially on the St. Lawrence, is free carp fishing once you've got your licence, and there, as I say, is plenty of it to choose from. While we're driving around, we pass some fantastic properties just on the side of the river. What a lovely place to fish, and a lovely place to live if you're a carp angler. One of the best ways to find fish is just to drive along the roads alongside the river, especially early morning and late night, and look for signs of jumping fish. When you find them, that's a prime place to start fishing.
Here we go. We've driven all up and down this river, fishing different swims. For the last afternoon, we've come half a mile up from the hotel, just slung them out for the afternoon, just by the roadside, and here's my best one of the trip, 32.14. Brilliant stuff. I mean, it's hard work this fishing, but more than worth it, as you can see.
Now obviously somewhere the size of Lake Ontario, you can't walk the banks. You could possibly drive around, but you're not going to be able to see it very well. We could go out in a boat, but we think the best way and the extreme way is from the air, so we're going to do it US style. You ready, Briggsy?
I'm ready for it.
Right then, let's go. See you soon. absolutely incredible to come up and do this, trying to find carp from the air. We're not actually searching for the fish themselves, we're trying to search for the areas that they'll be. And what we've found so far is one or two bays that definitely look like they could produce carp. With any big water fishing, I think one of the big things is that you're not just looking to find fish, you're looking at areas that you can discount. And although this place is 190 odd miles long and 50 miles wide, there is an awful lot of that you can just discount straight away. So whenever you're big water fishing, and really in all seriousness you don't get any bigger than this, just break it down into sections and try and find out where those fish are going to be by looking at the typical areas. And by that we mean bays, small islands, river inlets, harbours, and generally the other thing with wild carp that we find in America, and this is quite surprising in comparison with the fish that we have in Europe, but the fish in America generally quite like human beings. So if there's humans around, they throw food in the edge. These carp are wild, they're not fished for by humans, so therefore they think that we're a bit of a food source, so they do try and find out where we are as well. So if there's human activity, have a look there, and the old water pigs won't be too far away. That was just absolutely incredible. A virgin at 30, how's that?